Hello gamers, it's SoftKitty99 and today we're in House Flipper and we're going to be purchasing a new house today. So we want to go to the browser to purchase a brand new house. So in the last episode we finished off the house with a sea view. And so I believe there's only one house left, the house at the Azure Shore. And that's what I said in the last episode, but then I suddenly remembered I don't think we ever did the old lady's house either, so there is a second one. There's the house with the sea view that we finished in the last episode. There's an old lady's house as well, if I can find it. Yeah, the old lady's house. We didn't do this one yet either, so we have two houses left. So today we'll be purchasing the old lady's house, and then we've got one final one, the house on the Azure Shore, to do after this one. So if we take a quick look at the pictures, it needs a good clean on the outside. Definitely going to have to gut the interior and revamp the whole thing. So this is where we'll be going this time. So it's £61,594. It has 87.5 metres squared of space. Got a very big parcel of land if you're looking to do something with the gardens, and it's a bungalow. So let's move over there, take a quick look at it and start cleaning it up in today's episode. Traditionally with these ones I've not been doing a huge amount with the gardens because we've been focused on doing the houses themselves, but with this one I think you're going to have a huge amount of garden space that you can work with. That will give you a lot of scope if you're planning a rather elaborate garden. Since we're going to be selling it on, I probably won't do an elaborate garden, and I'll also cut the grass off screen because it just takes too long on screen to cut grass. So let's just have a quick look at the amount of space. Oh, look at the amount of space you've got there to do an elaborate garden. Maybe later down the line we'll come back to this one and do an elaborate garden, but I wanted to go through and do all the houses first. So you've got a huge garden. It's got the pretty fence on it for your parking, and there's the sea down there at the end of the road, so it would be a nice location if you were to live there, because for the summer you're very close walking distance to the beach, but in the winter you're not right on the seafront, so you're protected a little bit from the weather. So your front door is here on a little porch area. So let's go inside and take a look, and that poor door looks so weather beaten and nasty. It's a really nice piece of glass. If you had a door like that in real life you'd see if you could do anything with the wood, but I think we'll just have to replace that. It definitely needs new floors throughout because it's all very old and worn. So I don't think there's going to be much of anything that can be rescued inside the house because it's all just so old and tired. So let's can't get past the door. So yeah, so they had that was the antique desk that you had to save for the work job, wasn't it? And then the fireplace had the bats in it, didn't it, for the work order job. Yes, it's a very tiny dining room, isn't it? Do you know what? You could make that an office and this proper living room rather than having that as a dining room, which would mean you'd have to put a table inside your kitchen, and your kitchen isn't huge, but you could make a small kitchen over here and maybe put a table here if you wanted to do that perhaps. And yes, everything's just worn and old. It looks like it was made nice, lived in for many years, and then has been left empty for a while. And then the back door leads into your big garden. Just a little tiny bit of patio and the end of your driveway for your car. And then it had a slightly odd layout, didn't it, this place, because you come straight off the kitchen into a bedroom. Do you know what? You could turn this into the into a dining room if you wanted that to be a separate kitchen. See, I've not made any plans for any of this yet. And then that's a storage closet. You could turn that into a storage closet for the opposite side of the house, or extend whatever's out there by knocking walls down, couldn't you? Was this a... oh yes, tiny bedroom. Yes, so you could knock into that closet space to make it a tiny bit bigger. So that would be like your spare room, wouldn't it? And then bathroom, I think. Yeah, bathroom in the middle. So the bathroom's not huge, but I think it's as big as the little bedroom, isn't it? And then that comes back to the living room, doesn't it? Yeah, so this would be then your main bedroom. So depending on how many bedrooms you want, you have to decide how you're going to rearrange it. I think this particular house is possibly one of the ones where you might consider rearranging walls for space. Because we've got some slightly odd space, haven't we? I've just got to decide now whether we're going to work with what we've already got. Right, so the first thing to do is start getting rid of doors, because they all look old and worn and we're going to want to replace them all. Yeah, we have to decide for this house whether you're going to start knocking walls down and rearranging stuff, or whether you're going to leave it as is. So we can start selling the furniture, because I don't think we're going to keep any of this stuff. We're going to get rid of everything, and then we'll think about where we go from there. So we're going to just go around and sell everything. I think we'll sell everything, including light switches, and we'll put new stuff in as we go. So this could potentially be a very interesting one to work with, because there are lots of options for changing things, aren't there? I mean, we could knock everything down. This might be one of the houses where you knock every wall down and redesign the layout entirely if you want to. I'm not sure. I really can't decide whether to redo everything or whether to just stick with the layout that we've got and see what we can do with it. Yeah, I mean, I might just stick with the layout that we've got and see what we can do with it, with minor changes here and there, rather than knocking everything out. And then maybe we come back at some future point and knock everything out and redo it completely. That might be a way to go, so that we do both ways. I'm going to give that a bit of thought. For today, we're going to get rid of everything and clean everything up. Yeah, let's get rid of the light switches and everything as well. We'll do everything and we'll start again. So bye bye old nasty old furniture. We're going to make this house pretty and new. And we will see what we end up with, won't we? Right, so ceiling, brown blinds. Brown blinds with green furnishings. I'm not quite sure that any of that matches. The talking heads are not happy with me getting rid of everything, are they? Because they're now like, there's no bedroom, what are you doing? Where are all the books? There's no storage space. Of course not, dears. I have to empty everything out first. There we go. I think I hope my spinning everything around quickly isn't making you feel a bit dizzy. Sometimes it makes me feel a bit dizzy and I'm the one playing the game. Oh, didn't take that off the wall. What we got? Oh, coupled look. Right, did we take all the... Another light switch there. Right, bedroom. Yeah, it's not a bad sized room for a bedroom, is it? Right, so we have to decide, are we making this for a single person? Maybe, with a spare... We could do a small spare bedroom, and we can assume that the person living here is a single person and they'll have one small bedroom for people to come and visit. That might be what we do. In which case we'll keep most of the layout pretty much as is, I think. Right, I think that's emptied everything. So now it's time to start with our cleaning regimen. So, windowsills and windows are usually one of the worst culprits for dirt. Do you know what? I don't think this place is too dirty. It's very, very dark, and the tiles and everything look very grimy. I mean, they look dirty. See all this dirt on there? That looks very dirty. As does the floor. It just looks old, tired, and it's got so much dirt in it. It's all in-ground dirt that you can't get rid of. Which is very sad when you're looking to renovate the house. But a fresh coat of paint and stuff really makes a big difference. And the windowsills are very dirty. There's a little bit of dirt outside. We're going to have to go outside to make sure we can get the little patches of dirt. Yeah, there's another piece outside there as well. I need to remember to go outside and do those. Right, so master bedroom. Windows. Yeah, so the main amount of dirt in these rooms seems to just be on the windowsills. There doesn't seem to be a lot of anything anywhere else, does there? It's not got holes, is it? No, I don't think it's holes. No. It isn't actually. It's not enough chippage to require plastering, but it does look kind of. It does give you the impression that it might need to be plastered, doesn't it? But it's not actually chipped enough to need plaster. It's just the mottled effect on the walls to make it look like it's old and aged and chipped. Alright, so we did have a little bit of dirt on the floor in this room. Alright, so where's the... And then windowsills, of course. And then top of the window. Yes, we're going to definitely need to go outside to check those windows. So windowsill, top of the window. Doing the same on this one. Yeah, definitely need to go outside again. A bit of dirt on the floor in here. A bit hard to tell. I mean, you can see, in some places you can see the mud on the floor, but in others you couldn't because of the strange brown effect on the... Now that's definitely needing plastering there. Oh, and there, that's definitely, that needs a plaster. You can even see the brick on that one. Right, so let's check the windows are nice and clean. And then we need to, right, so the plastering is in the kitchen space. Alright, so let's start spraying the outside. Now that green for the outside of the house, not my favourite colour for the outside of the house. But if we paint the house, it won't have that clapboard effect. So do remember that if you start painting, you will lose the clapboard effect. And if you want the clapboard on the outside, the exterior of the house, I don't think you can get it in colours. I think it's just in plain colours. So do think about that carefully before you start painting or changing the clapboarding on the outside, so that you're actually going to be happy. Right, I think we've got rid of all the bits. So let's check the exterior for the wall options that are available for the clapboard, because I really don't think there are any wall panels. Yeah, see, so they're only in the HGTV. It's just paper, but in the traditional one, if you look in walls and you look at wall panels, you can see you've got some of that clapboard effect at the bottom. Is it at the bottom? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so you can do white basically, or brick. So yeah, you can put the exterior in, you see, but you can only do white. You couldn't put a colour of this clapboard in like the green we've got here. You can put brick in 2 different colours on the wall. And then most of the rest of it is interior stuff. Oh look, we've got some kids' forest stuff. Yes, so there's been a small update with a few new things. Oh, kids' wallpaper mountains. Oh, that's quite cool. Forest animals and dinosaurs. Oh, that's nice. We've got some more kids' stuff. Yes, there's been a new little update. So there are a few new items. I don't think there's anything under the occasionals. There's nothing. No, they're the traditional things, so there's not. But there've been a few updates in the normal accessory packs, and some updates to some of the bathroom furniture fitting properly. So yeah, there's a few new items to be added in as well. So, but yeah, for the outdoor there, that's the where we are. So I don't particularly like the green, so I don't want it to go white, and I'm not sure I want it to be brick. So I think we might paint it, but I want it to be a colour, but I don't want it to be too much, if you see what I mean. I don't particularly... I'm not sure what colour to make it. I think I do want to change the colour of the exterior, but I'm not sure what I would want it to become. And then if I start painting it, and then I can't go back to the clapboard if I'm not happy, so... An interesting dilemma. Do we change the colour or don't we change the colour? And if we do change the colour, what do we change it to? If we make it pale pink, then some of the guys are not going to be terribly thrilled. If we make it bright yellow, it could be too much for people. We are at the beach. We could make it a sand colour. Or we could just leave it green. Dilemma, dilemma, dilemma. Do we paint it or don't we paint it? Right, so let's hope we don't regret this. I have committed myself to the painting of the exterior of the house. We will discover whether we have done the correct thing very soon when we look at it again. So, before we do that, let's go back and take a little bit of a look at the house as it is before we paint it all. In fact, let's take a screenshot from the front, if we can find a nice angle for it. I think maybe the far corner. Hello, pretty house. Wait till we paint you. Now, oh, I'm stuck on the bushes. Yes, I definitely need to cut that down at some point. Right, so let's paint the exterior of the house and then we can get to work. So we're going for that sand almond for the painting of the exterior of the house. Oh. Can we paint? Ah, we can, good. I was just going to say, if we can't paint that, that's going to look a little bit odd. It was just the position that I was stood in, it wouldn't let me. And as always, make sure that we check where we are going with the edges of the doors, like so. And then that is that section, so we now need to start working our way around the rest of the house. And then for the interior we have to decide, are we going to stick with the layout that we've got and see what we can do with it, with just a few minor alterations, or do we want to do for a great big change around? I think I'm tempted to try and see what we can do with it as is. And like I said, if people are interested, let me know in the comments and I will come back and maybe do a complete revamp of it by knocking everything, all the walls down, and deciding how a better layout might be. Yes, maybe I should have moved some of the bushes before we painted the exterior of the house. That could be a tiny little bit awkward. There we go. And of course, if you're painting in real life, don't forget that you have to paint behind where the downpipes are, the drain pipes, because that can be really difficult. You'll either end up with a little bit of... did I just paint through the window? I think I might have just painted a stripe through the window. You can end up with a little bit of the wall right behind the drain pipe with the old colour on it, because you just can't reach behind the drain pipe because it's too close to the wall. Or you end up with or you can end up with the back of the drain pipe painted a funny colour on it, or dripping down the side, and then you're like, what have I done now? I tell you from experience. I've done that, and it's hard. So how does that look? Do you know, I think I do like that a lot better. I do think I like that better, so we'll continue painting. This wall is too high. No, it's just the position. It's just being in a slightly wrong position. You have to actually be stood a little bit closer in for it to register that you're trying to paint that little top bit on the top of that bit up there. Ooh, what's going on here? Oh, look, the glitch. Look, just move it. Move left and right and it glitches. Oh, don't confuse the game. Come on, Kitty, don't give the game headaches. So we've given the whole of the house a good clean, and now we're painting the exterior, and I think that might be where we'll leave today's episode, and then in the next one we'll be starting work on the interior of the house, I think. So we'll just finish painting the exterior up here, and then we'll take a quick look at the exterior of the house, see how it all looks. Right, let's grab this paint pot and move it around the house. Let's put it at the corner. Just make it a little bit more convenient for the painting. So I might have bought more paint than we need. Oops, saving. More paint! I do find the painting a little bit therapeutic, actually. In real life it's easy to drip paint everywhere, but in the game you don't drip paint everywhere. It's so much simpler. Ooh, another glitch there with the... Whoa! That's interesting. Oh, no, what happened there? Whoa, what happened there? Okay, there's a minor glitch there with this corner. Right, that's... it seems to have glitched a bit in this corner. Let's do the rest of it and see if we can then come back and redo that, and if not we might have to check that again in the next episode. I think I'll leave that pot of paint in that corner in case that corner needs to be redone going forward. That just seemed to have glitched out now, so we'll try and come back and sort that out in the next episode, I think. I'll leave that pot just there so that we can make sure there's a little bit of paint left there to touch that up later. And back to painting. Yeah, minor little problems, not a big deal. Don't let it bother you. Deal with it later. We're not going to be finished today. We'll come back and double check it. Don't tell me it's too high. It's not too high. I'm just stood too far away from the wall. There we go. Let's do that again. There we go. And behind the guttering, the downpipes. Thank you. I love how the way I don't paint the bushes as well. And you can tell all the problems I've had with painting, can't you? I've painted bushes, I've painted downpipes. See, you know exactly what I'm talking about here. Don't tell me you don't. You've done it too, I bet you have. Anybody who's done real painting has. Right, ooh, bushes in my way. Like I said, I'll sort the garden out off camera. And by sort it out, I just mean remove some of the bushes and cut the grass. Not going to do any big stuff off camera. Not unless I tell you I'm going to do the whole thing off camera and just come back later and show you. But at the moment I just like working through everything with you so that you can see everything I do. It's just relaxing to spend time with you and share it with you. And just hope it gives some other people some ideas and just show you how other people go about doing things. I swear I'm painting through the windows. Right, so I think we've painted all of it, so let's come back and take a quick look at this. Oh, I definitely painted above there, I'm sure I did. Did I not paint above here? I thought I had. Oh, maybe I missed it. Did I miss it? We'll have to go back and re-look. Right, that can we oh, no. Paint. Okay, it doesn't. We'll check that in the next episode if I remember, or I might check it when I'm doing the garden. I'll notice it when I'm doing the garden. So it glitched a little bit. We painted the corner and then it kind of glitched and the paint disappeared and now it won't let me repaint it. So I do remember that. So look at the amount of space you've got in this garden. This is a huge garden. So if anybody's looking for a really big garden to work on, the old lady's house is a really good choice. It's a good candidate because of the amount of space you've got. Look. In fact, we might come back to this one later, redo the interior and then maybe have a good go at the garden. So this is how it looks now it's been painted. Apart from the glitchy strip. Let's have a quick look in the opposite corner. There's a beautiful big plot of land, isn't it? Lovely. So there we go. Hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. From Soft Kitty 99, goodbye and happy games!